G'day folks, Aussie here. Thanks for joining me today. In this video, we're going to compare SOL, ADA, Link and DOT to see which one will give us the best return on investment based on where we are right now in the cryptocurrency market. I've got SOL's current price in at $106.80 odd, followed by ADA's price of 61 cents. Then we've got Link's price, its current price at $18.95. And we've got DOT's current price of $7.55. So they would be our buy targets or our buy prices. Because again, this is where you're entering the market right now. And if you were going to purchase one of these assets today, this is what you'd be paying. Now for our sell targets, we're going to be looking at their previous all-time highs or their ATHs, because that's all we've really got to go on. I know we can look at and listen to narratives, and if you listen to narratives, you'll get caught by the FOMO bug, and before you know it, you're buying the tail end of a giant green candle. And that's the quickest way for the market to take money out of your pocket instead of you taking money from the market. And if we base our strategy in this scenario on their previous all-time highs, we can be reasonably assured based on previous bull runs that most good assets, most assets in the top 10, the top 20, and especially the top 10, usually at least retrace back to their previous all-time highs. Now, of course, there's no guarantees of that happening, and we'll look at some speculation targets in another scenario shortly. But for this, what I would call a conservative scenario, we'll just use their previous all-time highs. So I've got Solana's all-time high in at $259.95. ADA we have at $3.85. Link we've got at $52.65. And DOT we've got at $54.85. These all-time highs may change depending on what exchange you're on, or if you're looking at TradingView or CoinTrader Pro, but they'll be roughly within this ballpark. For this scenario, let's add in $1,780 as our investment amount. For that investment amount, and based only on previous all-time highs, SOL would return you $2,550. ADA would return you $9,454. Link would return you $3,165. And DOT would return you an impressive $11,151. Again, percentages matter, not narratives. Okay, in this next scenario, let's wipe that $1,780 out of here and let's put in some spec targets, some speculation targets. So we're keeping the buy prices at their current prices today. And now we're going to put in some speculation targets that are based on a little bit of TA, like Fibonacci retracements, a little bit of pixie dust, and a little bit of what's being going around crypto Twitter, or crypto X, sorry. This is what seems to be the consensus of where these assets could go to when you're looking at people who are talking with a level head. I'm not talking about people who are drumming a narrative that is sky high prices that would be considered ridiculous. So I think a good speculation target for SOL to reach out to if the next bull run, which we're kind of in right now, or the beginning of it, if SOL was to get right up there to that 725, which it could do. I don't necessarily think it's going to get any higher than that. I mean, it may not even get there. But if we said, okay, for a full speculation target, we're going to put $725. For ADA, we'll have that up there at $8.35. I think that's achievable. That's only just shy of 3x of its previous all-time high. Link at $130. It's a little bit ambitious, but I see that going around. And if you do drag the fib charts out on it, that seems to be a reasonable price point. Again, Link's got a huge community, so communities are a good way of pumping an asset to the moon, that's for sure. And DOT we've got there at 125. So DOT and Link they showed in the last bull run they were nearly neck and neck in performance. I think DOT's got a lot more going for it than Link though, as far as development, but choose your poison based on percentages, not on narratives. Now let's put that $1,780 back in, because we're comparing investment apples with investment apples. So we want to put in the same amount to see what our return would be with these new speculation targets. So with these higher targets, these speculation targets, Sol is going to return you $10,297. ADA is returning $22,585. Link's got you $10,431. And again, DOT is the best performer, returning you $27,690. Now, if you just believe narratives that you saw on the internet, you would think that Sol was going to clearly win the next bull run race. Now, it may do that, but if you look at just sheer numbers and percentages from where DOT is placed right now and even ADA is placed right now, they are the two better performing assets compared to Sol and Link. Now, in comparing these, I'm not saying Sol and Link aren't good projects or they're not good assets, but if you take off the narrative hat and you just look at my return on investment, what is my dollar ROI, that's what's important. I mean, there would be nothing wrong with looking at investment strategy of having all four of these in your portfolio, but based on this ROI percentage that you can see now, we might consider how to structure that investment, where we might say we have $1,000, we might put, say, for example, $400 into DOT, $400 into ADA, and then put 10% each into Link and Sol. But that's up for you to decide. Because DOT had the best return on investment, we'll throw that in the cat and we'll build a little plan. I mean, you could build endless plans around this, but what the idea of the Crypto Compare tool is that you can throw 4 assets in here and you can quickly go, well, okay, I'm going to invest this. Again, for our scenario, we had $1,780. Which one has the better potential of giving me the highest return? We've identified that DOT is going to do that for us. Now let's build a little mini plan on this. This is why I built the cat. So if we flick on over to the cat or the Crypto Accelerator tool, we've got DOT or Polkadot in there at our as our asset, and then in the buy prices or the buy targets, you can split that up. So if you were going to ladder into DOT, you might ladder in at the current price, and we'll keep that $1,780 for the initial buy price. You might only spend $1,000. Then the next buy price, you might spend $300. The next buy price, $200, until you completely exhausted that $1,780. But for this plan, all we'll do is we'll say that you're going to buy in. You said that's it. DOT is the one for me. It's got the best return on investment. Let's buy it right now, and I'll spend my money, my $1,780 on it right now. That'll give you 235.7 DOT tokens. Now it's in our sell price where we want to be a little bit strategic, or you want to be a lot strategic, not a little bit, a lot strategic. Because if you think about the all-time high that we put in there of $54 odd, if we said, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to sell a percentage of our DOT when it gets to just below there. So at $52.55, we'll sell 15% of our tokens. The cat will show you exactly how much you need to sell. So you need to sell 35 odd DOT tokens, and that gets you $1,858. What that has effectively done is it's given you your money back, your initial investment back, and now everything that you've got left of DOT is all pure profit now. If you kept it and decided I'm not going to do anything with it, that's fine. Or if you want to really risk it and gamble it to the moon, that's up to you as well. But in this particular strategy, or this idea of a plan for if you were going to invest into DOT, we would then wait till we got to $95.75, roughly. We don't need to be exact. If it got to 92 and the market looked a bit choppy, you might decide to pull the trigger on selling it then. We'll sell 20%. Again, this is just in this scenario, this plan, and then that's a straight up $4,500 profit because you already took out your initial investment before. So that's straight pay you money. Then we might say, okay, we're going to wait till, we had our price, it was right out there at 125. Let's do another sell at 115, because it has got a good chance of getting to that 125. So at least at 115, and you say, okay, I'm going to sell 35% now, you've pulled out almost $10,000 plus the 4.5 before. So you've got 15 grand as pure profit now. And again, we took out the initial investment right at the start. So this is all free money. This is all magic internet money now. Then we do our far out target there of $125, and we're going to sell that final amount, 30%. So we've sold all of the DOT tokens. That gives us another $8,000, $8,800, nearly another $9 grand in our pocket. That gives us a return on investment, a total return on investment, excluding our initial investment of $22,900. So $23,000. That's a 1,289% ROI. No one would complain at that, but that could be $178, it could be 1,780 pesos, 1,780 pounds, whatever. The ROI percentage will still be the same. Okay, that's a wrap on this video. I hope you got something out of it. If you did, please share it with your friends and family and give the video a thumbs up. If you like this type of content, why not subscribe? I do these videos a couple of times a week, 2 or 3 times a week. I also post these as images and threads over there on X, or crypto Twitter, as it used to be known. So why don't you follow me there on X? The link for that will be in the description below. This isn't an investment advice channel, but it is an education channel for you to go out and use these tools. They're both free at cryptoaccelerator.net. You can go out and do the exact same thing I've done. Get the assets that you're interested in, plug them into the crypto compare tool first, run the numbers that you believe that they will reach, whether that's previous all-time highs or speculation. Maybe you know something about an asset that I have no clue about. Plug them in, work out which one is going to give you the best return on investment, then jump over to the CAT or the Crypto Accelerator tool and build your plan. Know when you're going to sell out so you're not caught in the FOMO thinking that it's going to continue to go to the moon. What you want to do is pay yourself at a bare minimum, even if you're in love with the token or the project or whatever it may be, at a minimum, at least take out your initial investment, because then everything else is free money after that. Okay, folks, I hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, trade safe, trade smart, don't gamble, go build yourself a plan. Cheers and have a good one.